Alright guys, here we are with the Big Blue Street Fighter cabinet from Arcade1up. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right at the beginning that I had no plans to pick this up. Because, as you guys know, I am not in a place where I have unlimited room, just like the rest of us. So, I need to pick and choose what cabinets I actually get. And Street Fighter was not on my radar because I have many ways of playing Street Fighter already. You know, I have a dedicated Marvel cab out there that I modded that I talked to you guys about with all my fighters, and that's kind of the one that I use for all my fighters. It's Marvel themed, but all the fighters are on there. It was the one from Arcade1up, the special edition with the Sunwell joysticks and all that stuff. But then people started getting their hands on this, and I like that it was taller than all the other Arcade1ups because it kind of matches this side of the room where all of these machines are already taller than Arcade1up as is, because the ones I have over here on the right hand side, because the other Arcade1ups are on the left hand side behind me. So that was one thing that I liked. And then the big main thing that was online play, guys. The fact that all 12 of these games have online play and I get to play with you guys, you know, I'm already in the leaderboards and I recognize some of you guys, which is awesome. Like, you know, people have commented, people that I've talked to in the community, and just people that I watch myself. It's just awesome being able to see those guys and, you know, get to play with them and stuff. So that was my big selling feature on why I got this, is because of online play. And not for Street Fighter, but literally for every game on this cabinet. And there is 12 games on this cabinet. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot of things that I like on here. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
All right, guys. So I wanted to give you guys this with the lights on before I show you with everything off. So let's take a look at the cabinet first. You can see here, like I said, it is definitely much taller than all the other Arcade1ups. This is sitting next to the Rec Room Masters upright machine, and that is sitting next to the Game Room Solutions 22-inch cabinet for light guns. And then there's the iArcade across from it. So it's definitely taller. I definitely like the look of it. I like the shape of it. Looks really good. Lucky for me, no QC or no QA issues at all for me. Everything came as it should. No cracks or anything missing or anything like that. There's the front. There's the artwork in the front, which I really like how that artwork looks as a person who likes Ryu in the game. And that's my main character. I like that artwork in the front. I like how this all looks here. I like that the speakers are now sitting in the front, as opposed to being underneath, so they go directly towards you. We'll talk about the speakers more later. And there is the nice oversized light up marquee, which looks fantastic, especially with the lights off. They started doing something new with this cabinet where they're actually not using they have like an actual board that has an LED strip inside the board that goes behind this, and that is why this one looks so good, especially with the lights off like this. It looks perfectly even. It looks bright. It looks great. Like, they need to do every cabinet from now on with the exact same LED method as this one, because this is so much better than their old ones. And that's kind of a theme with this cabinet, to be honest, guys. This is the best Arcade1up machine that I've owned, so far and I've ever seen. You know, they did a lot of things right with this cabinet. Not everything is perfect, but a lot of things are really, really good. So, like I said, the marquee, much improvement. The actual screen, which you guys will see during the gameplay, is much improved as well. You know, it looks really good. It's obviously the third generation screen, but the colors look good. The angles look really good. You know, even when you're this tight on an angle, the colors still look really good no matter what angle you're sitting on. Everything looks really good. More importantly, as somebody who's 6 feet tall and uses the other Arcade1up machines, when I stand right in front of it to play, I actually see the whole entire screen. Obviously, by the nature of the fact that this being taller, that helps. I could actually see the whole entire bezel and everything on this machine, unlike some of the other ones where I have to lean back just a little bit to be able to see the top of the screen, like an Outrun that I have and stuff. I have to lean back just a tad so I can see the top of that screen. This one, no issues at all, so love that, and love how you know, how that works. The controls are slanted. I have no preference either way. I have a lot of machines in this arcade. I use them slanted, straight. It don't matter. Everything works for me. I'm not that picky. Obviously, I still have these stock buttons on here. You know, it's what you guys can expect from Arcade1up. It's those buttons. I have a lot of variety of buttons that I use. Obviously, these aren't the best buttons that I've ever used, but they do fine. This is probably the only thing that I'll probably eventually change out. But either way, they're suffice, and, like, you know, for casuals and stuff, they probably won't care, but a lot of us are probably going to upgrade these buttons out there, especially those of us who are going to get crazy into Street Fighter. Like I said, the bottom here looks really good. I like that artwork there. And then, of course, you got the riser there. And what's different about this cabinet that makes it taller, if you guys see it on the side, is that there's actually an extra piece. So usually you just get that top piece there. There's the artwork there on the side, by the way. Usually it's just that piece. But here we have, as you can see, this whole entire piece attaches to that piece on both sides, then goes into the riser. So that's where, you know, where the height is coming from. It's not a higher riser or anything. It's a block piece that goes on the edge of the sides of that make it taller, as you guys are seeing there. So really, really good. Let's turn off the lights now. Now you guys got to look at the artwork. Of course, this does feature a light up control panel. I know some people like it, some people don't. There it is right there. I like the green color. I think it looks fine. The only thing that I hate is that, like, when the lights are on, you can definitely see, like, the spots underneath the plexiglass, or like if there's any dust that got underneath there, which is almost hard. It's hard enough to get that out. So it will shine through as soon as you have these lights on the control panel. Obviously, there's an on and off switch. You can cycle through all different colors that are on here if you want. You know, all those different colors are on there. And then, of course, you could just turn it off if you want to. It's off by default when you turn on the machine. So preference to whatever you guys want to do. I kind of like it. I don't have any complaints. You know, people think that we're paying on an astronomical amount for that. We're probably paying a few dollars at most on top of the cost for that. And I'll take that to have this lit up. I think it looks pretty good. It's not the greatest in the world, but I think it looks decent enough. And I like it. I know some people don't, though. One of the things that I did want to bring up that I don't like about this cabinet, so the two things that I would point out on this cabinet that aren't like the most perfect thing is the controls, which aren't perfect yet. They're still the same buttons that they've always been using. So they're fine. We know what they are, so there's not much to say about that. I'll probably change those out eventually. Right now I'm playing with them and they work fine. No issues. But the other thing we got to talk about is these speakers. So these speakers are great. They were upgraded to now be in the front. I like that because they go directly into your face as opposed to being underneath. So I think it looks good. The only thing I got to complain about is it seems like the volume to me is not loud, like not as loud as some other cabinets when you're playing. So this is at full volume at 15. It has a toggle like always. And I don't know if it's coming off apparent in the video, but my outrun cam sounds louder than this, and the speaker quality on this could be a little bit better. If there was something that I would tell him to do, I'd probably tell him to upgrade the speakers to a little bit higher volume, or I don't know if it's going to be able to be fixed in an update. Like I said, the outrun one sounds louder to me than when I have it behind me compared to this one. But either way, small nitpick. It's still loud. Like, you know, it's not like you can't hear it or anything. I like my things a little louder. But those are really my only two complaints as far as the exterior of the cabinet. The buttons are average, they're not the best, and then the speakers there are not the loudest and could be better. But the upgrade to how they're doing the light up marquees, fantastic. Where the actual speakers are, fantastic. The fact that I can see the whole entire screen due to the fact that this is taller and I can actually don't have to lean back as a 6-foot person, fantastic. I like the way that the artwork looks on the sides. I do like the light up deck protector. It's not that bad to me. I think it's cool. And then you got the Street Fighter logo there on the side. And I just like the overall look of what this cabinet looks like. And I think it goes perfectly in my room on the right-hand side with all the other machines that are tall right next to it, with the Rec Room Masters there on the right and the Game Room Solutions light gun cabinet, all of which I've done reviews on, if you guys care, on my channel, and the Arcade sitting there in the corner. So perfect addition to the actual room. But of course, the biggest main selling point that I was going to talk to you guys about is, of course, the online feature, which is what made me buy this cabinet. I had no plans to buy this because I like Street Fighter just as much as anyone, but it's not the game of the, you know, it's not my game. I don't play it all day long. I'm not that great at it, to be honest. I already played online and got killed 4 times in a row by somebody I played online, so that was great. You know, I'll learn, I'll get better. It's going to be fun to play with the community, and like I said in the top of the review, it's going to be awesome to be able to play people that I actually recognize, because, you know, we're playing with a community of people. I get to play with you guys that are in the comments. I get to play with people that I watch on YouTube. You know, I recognize a lot of people on the leaderboards, which is just really cool to be able to play. And that's only the start of it, because what they did add here as well, as you can see here, is an actual port for the headphones. So that means that we're going to be able to plug in headphones eventually and be able to voice chat with each other. So being able to talk to you guys and talk to the people that I've been watching on YouTube and stuff, it just makes the community feel even better. And I think fantastic job to Arcade1up to add voice chat. That's coming soon. It's already out for NBA Jam in early beta. and then it's supposed to be coming to beta on the Street Fighter hopefully soon, because I can't wait to try that out. You know, to play with you guys online and be able to talk to you guys. So that's awesome. Now, the actual online that we're going to be talking about here, let's go ahead and set up and show you guys what the menu system looks like and what we have going on. So here is the main menu. So when I first turned on the machine, there was an update after I connected to Wi-Fi. So I did download the update. It took like 2 minutes, and that was it. And here's the main interface. So we do got 12 games here. You just scroll left and right to be able to see them. So you got Street Fighter 2, and each one has leaderboards on the right-hand side, which is fantastic. It shows you the leaderboards right there. It does show you your rank. You can see how well I'm doing. I'm ranked so far behind, over 100 over, that it can't even show me on the leaderboard. You know, then you got Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, all with the leaderboards there on the side. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Puzzle Fighter, Dark Stalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Saver, Saturday Night Slam Masters, which is a fantastic game, Knights of the Round, really fun game, Echo Fighters, Capcom Sports Club is a really fun game that I've been playing, Muscle Bomber, really fun, kind of like a sequel-ish to Saturday Night Slam Masters. So really fantastic menu design. I like the way this looks, going left and right, going through the menu, and each one having the leaderboards there on the left. And then if you want to see settings for a certain game, for example, if you're staring at this and you want to see settings, you just hit the player 2 button, and then it gives you like the little settings that you can toggle, where demo sound and difficulty is on there. You can change that if you want. And some of the games have different options than others, but most of them do have kind of the same thing. You can see this one has the speed on there as well. So you have some switches there that you can handle with some of the games, which is cool. It does remind you there at the bottom as well what you need to hit player 2 to be able to do that. And then you can see on the top left there, you can see my little gamer tag picture there. If I click on that, you can hit cancel, you can log out, you can delete your account, you can update your avatar, which is really cool. So if you come into here, it actually shows you a list of avatars that you can be, which is really cool. This is something that they definitely need to continue. And like I said, the fact that you can have your own name and stuff like that is really cool. I like this setup, and I hope that this is the online direction that they're going towards for their future online products. The fact that you can have an avatar for the game that you're playing, and then have your tag over there, the leaderboards there on the right, and then it's really easy to get into a game. If you're looking at Street Fighter 2 right now and you wanted to play it, you just hit A, right? So it pops up and it says, do you want to play this offline or do you want to play this online? If I hit online, it brings you to the online interface. And it loads up right here, and as you can see here, currently there's nobody actively playing, but I was just playing like literally like 30 minutes ago. There was a couple of people online. A lot of people are still getting their cabinets. This thing just came out, so this will fill up as time goes on. I know a lot of people are still waiting for theirs, but basically you can see right at the top your winning ratio, your loss ratio. Mine's don't pay attention to mine. You can see my level there, so as you keep playing, you level up, which is cool, so everyone knows how much you're playing and how far your level is, which gives you an incentive to keep on playing, which is pretty cool. And then you can just hit quick match if you don't want to do anything, and it will try to find somebody really quickly that just hits quick match, so that's an option. Or what you can also do is just kind of hit here, and it can create a room. So if I create a room, I can either password protect it by putting in a password right now, or I can just hit no, or sorry, I can just hit yes and not put a password first. And if I just hit yes, it takes me into the game, and then anybody can join without actually entering in a password. So that took me a second to realize. So if you want a password, you enter it in here. If you don't want a password and you want the room to be open to everyone, just hit yes, and it creates the room with no password, and then anybody can join your game. And like I said, I've played 4 matches of this. I played a couple of some other games. I'm on Wi-Fi, and I have had no issues at all. My Wi-Fi has been working great. No lag in any of the games I've played so far. It's been a really fun experience, and having a lot of fun with it. And like I said, what's really, really cool that a lot of people didn't expect is that every game has online. So literally every single one of these games has the exact same feature set. You can go ahead, you can keep track of your friends on the leaderboards, see who's playing, see who's losing. Unfortunately, it looks like nobody's online while I'm trying to do this review, because what I wanted to show you guys, that's another cool feature that Arcade1up did for the first time on the Street Fighter cabinet, which is also really cool, is that you can actually spectate. So basically, if there was somebody online on here, I can basically click on one of these tabs. You'll see them playing each other. It will show their name. This person's playing that person. And you would just click on this box, and instead of saying create, it will join the game, and you'll be able to watch them play it, and then join as as the game is progressing. You can watch them play, and then once the match is over, you can hit start and let and play against them and stuff like that. So it's really cool that you can spectate these matches. If someone's having like a big YouTube showdown, we can go ahead and turn on our cabinets and watch the fight from our cabinets, even join in sometimes. So really, really cool that they added spectating mode. You know, stuff that we didn't expect them to have on these online features is well more thought out than I thought it would be on a cabinet. You know, based on some of the earlier ones that were just simply online and not all these extra features on top of it. So great job to Arcade1up on the online features here. Exactly what I got it for, and I'm really happy on how well this all turned out. And I can't wait to be able to, you know, play online with everybody, like I said before, and it's going to be an exciting time to have this cabinet into the arcade room. So let's go ahead and show you guys some gameplay of every game, just like, you know, a couple seconds of each, so you guys can see. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a local game of each one. And here you are, you're just fighting here. Now you can tell I'm really good at this game, but you guys get the idea. I'm just showing you a little bit of gameplay so you guys can get an idea of how this actually looks and what you guys can expect when you actually play this game. But yeah, you guys get the idea there. Then you hit the live button and then this pops up. Do you want to leave? You just hit yes. It's the same way you leave online. It's the same way you leave when you're playing offline, and then it brings you right back to the main menu. It quits really easily. On to the next one here, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. And here we go. Getting wrecked right already. Definitely getting wrecked on this match, but either way, you guys get the idea. That's a little bit of that game, so we can go ahead and exit that. On to the next here, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Here we go. Damn, he got just straight up wrecked me with that. Got wrecked there, but there's a little bit of gameplay of that. On to the next here, we got Street Fighter Puzzle. Here we are with some Puzzle Fighter. See, they're going back and forth, they're fighting each other. There it is. There we go. Here's another one. Yeah, you guys got the idea as you guys go back and forth here, and you're trying to do these gems here, and you go back and forth and you fight each other until the very end. So that's a little bit of that. Darkstalkers. Never actually played Darkstalkers before this cabinet, so completely clueless to this game. But I definitely, you know, will get into this game because I like the art style, I like the look of it, and it's fast. It looks fun, and I like I said, I like the art style a lot of it. Wrecked. But yep, that's Darkstalkers there, so that game is really fun. I like the art style of that game, and I'll be diving into that one for sure. Night Warriors. Another one that I haven't really played before, so, or haven't played a lot of, I should say, until I got this cabinet. But another one that seems really fun to play. Really fast. Hey, you guys see me win a game on this review. Fantastic. All right, so that's that. Vampire Savior. You can see how easy it is to, you know, jump in and out of games on here too. Oh. But yeah, you guys get the idea with this one too. I'll have to be diving into this one too. That one looks fun. Saturday Night Slam Masters. I think we're all familiar with this game. Show you guys how it looks on here real quick. There we go. A little bit of Saturday Night Slam Masters here for you. That's a little bit of Saturday Night Slam Masters for you there. Here's Knights of the Round. This is a side-scrolling beat 'em up for those of you guys who have not played this game before. That's another reason why I like this cab a lot too, is because it has a nice variety. We got some fighters on here, we got a side-scroller, we got a sports game there at the end, we got a wrestling game, a nice little variety of a game lineup here basically, and they're all online, which is just fantastic. But yeah, that's a little bit of that, so you guys get the idea of what that game is going to be like. We got Echo Fighters. Or Eco Fighters, I should say. So here's another genre for us on here. This is actually a shoot 'em up. So, like I said, there's a lot of variety on this cabinet because it's not just a Street Fighter cabinet. There's a lot that you can actually play on here. Ooh, got wrecked there. Yeah, that's a little bit of that, so you guys can get an idea of what this side scroller is like. It has a cool mechanic where you can kind of move that little weapon that's on my vehicle that you kind of like move up and down. And you can kind of move at your will on what direction you want to actually shoot. So there's another genre for you there. And then we got Capcom Sports Club, which is cool. It has 3 different sports that you can play. So the first game on here is tennis. Like I said, there's 3 different sports on here. So here's the tennis version here. Here we go with some soccer. Ooh, almost got a score for you guys on camera. Oh, Let's go. There you go. So that's a little bit of soccer there. And here we are with some basketball. Dunk stars. Dunk that. There you go. Three. Nope. And that's Dunk Stars. You go back and forth. And that's Dunk Stars, of course. And that's Capcom Sports Mode with those 3 sports. So that game is a lot of fun. And then the last one we have here is Muscle Bomber. So this game in particular, when I was talking about the sound before, this game sounds the lowest out of all of them. And I think this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like Outrun and even some of the other Street Fighter games sound louder than this. So I'm hopeful maybe in a patch they can adjust the sound and make it a little louder, because this game even here sounds a little too low, especially when the other ones sound just fine. Or sound louder. I wouldn't say just sound just fine, because I still think they all sound too low, but this one's just really low. This needs to be higher, and this is at full volume right now. So this is what you guys are hearing at full volume. But yeah, that is a gameplay from all the games that are on here. I hope you guys enjoyed that a little bit there, to give you guys an idea how that all works. So yeah, guys, that is a look into my Street Fighter Arcade1up machine. So like I said, a cabinet that I didn't have any idea that I actually wanted. I had no plans to pick it up until I started seeing a lot of people talk about it. I started seeing all the online features it had and how all of them had online. All 12 games did. How I actually ended up liking the look of this. You know, this is definitely Arcade1up's best cabinet that they've made to date. For all the reasons that I already mentioned before. Improved light up marquee and how this is lit up looks perfect. They need to do that for every single one. The fact that I don't need to like back up a little bit as someone who's 6 feet, because I'm perfectly in line with being able to see the whole screen. I could actually see the marquee on this, or I could actually see the artwork on this one when I stand up, which is great. The screen on here is fantastic. The viewer angles are really good. The colors are as good as ever. So that the screen looks really good. Obviously, we all want a bigger screen, but at least the actual quality of the screen is really good. The buttons are what they are. We already know about that. The speakers are in a much better placement. Instead of being underneath, they're facing directly towards you. I just wish they were a little louder. The artwork is really good. As someone who's a fan of Ryu, that looks really good there. Like the artwork, like the overall look of this cab, like the height, because it matches the arcade machines like I talked about on this side. So love the online features that they added, and I hope it's something that's a staple for their cabinets going forward, for the ones that make sense, of course. And yeah, I'm excited to, you know, play with you guys. If you guys see me online, definitely challenge me. I'll be on, you know, this all the time to be playing with you guys and playing with others that I've seen in the community. Just know that I'm pretty bad at Street Fighter, so you guys are probably going to kill me, but that's fine. We all get better as we continue playing. I'm already 0-4, so it's a great start. The last thing I want to show you guys that I didn't actually show you was the actual stool. So the stool that it comes with does look like this. I like the artwork of this stool there on top. I know a lot of people are complaining that it comes with the stool. I actually don't like stools usually either. You can tell my arcade machine has no stools except for a couple. Literally, this is actually going to stay here because it matches my big machine. So this will stay here along with the other one that I have right here. Those are the only two that I actually keep in here because I don't want to, you know, crowd the room, because this isn't the hugest room. So I usually don't put a lot of these. I just put 1 or 2 in here when people are over if they want to sit. So it will stay here, and I do like the look of it, you know, for Street Fighter, and it looks good. So that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions about what you guys saw in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.